Well, the top story that we are bringing for you at this hour is the air quality in the national capital. And in a sharp remark amid Delhi's ongoing battle with toxic air pollution, the Delhi High Court has questioned the central government over the 18% GST levied on air purifiers. Hearing a public interest litigation or a PIL seeking to reclassify air purifiers as medical devices for lower taxation, the court observed that providing clean air to citizens is the bare minimum expected from the government. If you cannot provide clean air, at least let the purifiers be provided. That's the minimum that you can do, the bench reportedly said, emphasizing that in a city grappling with severe pollution, these devices cannot be treated as luxury items. Joining us live on the broadcast is my colleague Sambhav Sharma with more on this. Sambhav, the Delhi High Court is hearing a public interest litigation filed on the toxic air quality in the national capital, and the bench has some really interesting comments that it has made. Could you take us through the details?
Well, absolutely. Here a very important and interesting hearing in the Delhi High Court that took place on the plummeting air quality of the Delhi NCR, and also on the role of the air purifier. If it could, be reduced, the GST on it could be reduced from 80% to the reduction of the GST on the air purifier was a matter before the two-judge bench of the Delhi High Court, where Justice Devendra Kumar Upadhyay and Tushar Rao Gadela, Justice Tushar Rao Gadela, two-judge bench of the Delhi High Court has said, asked the center, the authorities, that if you cannot provide the clean air for the citizens to breathe, then at least reduce the goods and services tax, which is currently at 18%, and reduce it so that so that at least something beneficial could happen for the citizen. And remember, this hearing is going on in the Delhi High Court. Again, the Delhi High Court has got a reply from the center, and center probably will reply today itself, 5:30, because the bench has said that you please take instructions and come back before us, and we will hear this matter. So this was a petition by one advocate who said that at least reduce the goods and services taxes on air purifiers, because so far air purifiers are not categorized as common goods, but luxury goods comes under the category of the GST under the luxury goods. So it was asked that in such dire situation where there is too much of air pollution in Delhi NCR, this air purifier and devices like air purifiers must be the GST on these purifiers must be reduced. And here the bench has accepted, in a way, the two-judge bench of the Delhi High Court has questioned the center and in a way grilled the center for plummeting level, deteriorating air quality in the Delhi NCR, and sought a reply from center as to what they are doing to lessen, to improve, what the center is doing to reduce the air pollution in the Delhi NCR. It is to be seen what official reply the center will have to give. Because see, remember, it's not the Delhi NCR air crisis is not just in the Delhi High Court, this particular case. Supreme Court, in different hearings, every year, questions the government, questions the authority on several aspects, and authorities also, like Commission for Air Quality Management and other institutions, in this particular case, when it comes to Supreme Court, amicus curiae, Aparajita Singh, and many other authorities give certain kind of recommendations in a way that this is how the air quality should could be made better. But on ground, the Delhiites are breathing, not obviously not good air. And now the matter is before the Delhi High Court two-judge bench. It is to be seen what the center will have to say, whether the GST, goods and services taxes, which is currently at 18% on the air purifier, would they be reduced? Would they be reduced by the center, the GST, or will it remain the same? What
In fact,
is
stay on with
interesting in
us,
this is
Sambhav. We have some more inputs on this story. A public interest litigation has been filed in the Delhi High Court demanding that air purifiers be declared as medical devices and seeking the removal of the 18% GST on them. The High Court is hearing the plea and has sought a response from the central government. During the hearing, the court observed that every citizen needs clean air and noted that the government has been unable to provide it. The court urged the centre to act at least ensure purification measures, stating that this is the minimum responsibility of the central government. So, Sambhav, the argument that they are putting forward is that air purifiers should now be considered as medical devices and hence the GST should be reduced, because this is toxic air that we are breathing in, and air purifiers help us breathe a little better.
Quoted what the court has remarked, and I want to add on few more pointers to it. Here the court has said that how many times do you breathe in a day? 21,000 times. Just calculate the harm you are doing to yourself. This is what the bench has said, and this is again very important when the bench is questioning the authorities on the number of counts we breathe. And here the bench said that just calculate the harm you are doing to yourself, and we want instructions at 2:30 p.m. Remember, 2:30 p.m. It's just 20 minutes from now that the Delhi High Court will again question center as to what exactly is their response, their reply when it comes to the air pollution. So it is going to be one of the biggest stories of the day as to what center will have to say in the Delhi High Court. And the Delhi High Court two-judge bench has further said that we will keep it for compliance during vacation. So, I mean, obviously the vacations are going on, courts are closed, but see here the Delhi High Court is saying that we will keep it for compliance during vacation. And if we talk about this particular petition is seeking direction to categorize air purifiers, as you rightly pointed out, as a medical device and slash the goods and services taxes levied on them from 18% to some 5%. Now, this is going to be critical as to whether center will reconsider slashing down the goods and services taxes on the air purifiers or not. Here, if we talk about the contents of this particular petition, the petition reads, and it is filed by Advocate Kapil Madan, and the petition reads, the imposition of the GST at the highest slab upon air purifiers, a device that has become indispensable for securing minimally safe indoor air, render such equipment financially inaccessible to large segments of the population in the Delhi NCR, and thereby inflict an arbitrary and unreasonable burden. So this is what exactly is the petition, and the very important observations made by Delhi High Court as to questioning the authorities, questioning the center as to we will keep it during the vacation, but there should be some kind of compliance from the side of the government. And
absolutely,
also,
Sambhav. In fact, stay on with us. We have some more inputs on this story. In a continued hearing on the public interest litigation challenging the 18% GST on air purifiers amid Delhi's severe pollution crisis, the Delhi High Court has pressed the central government for immediate interim relief. The bench told the government's lawyer, even if a permanent decision takes time, consider granting a temporary exemption for the next week or a month to make these essential devices more affordable during the ongoing smog emergency. The High Court actually directed the centre to seek instructions urgently, asking, tell us when the GST Council will meet and when will you be able to return with clear instructions. So, Sambhav, as you have been rightly pointing out, the court has been pressing the central government to take immediate measures. In fact, it's saying that you can take long-term measures, but for now, when Delhi is grappling with a smog emergency, you need to make sure that there are interim measures in place as well.
Well, absolutely. Here, the two-judge bench of the Delhi High Court of Chief Justice Devendra Kumar Upadhyay and Justice Tushar Rao Gedela is very much clear in, and the bench is very much clear in its mind and questioning the authorities for compliance. I mean, asking the authorities for compliance and to take some kind of responsibility on this particular issue, where the Delhiites are breathing worst air in the whole season. And here, the very important question raised by the bench is, how many times do you breathe in a day? And the bench further reads 21,000 times you breathe, and what are you breathing? So this is some kind of emergency, in a way, bench is trying to say, and the center and the authorities will have to act smoothly, swiftly, and there should be some kind of compliance on this. And if we talk about this particular petition, where it is requested from the Delhi High Court to give certain kind of directions to the center to slash the goods and services tax from 18%, the slab which is at 18%, to 5%. Now it is to be seen whether the center cut down this particular GST, goods and services taxes, on air purifiers or not. But for now, they'll have to file a response in the Delhi High Court before the two-judge bench, and also will come up as to what exactly they are doing, the ground zero, what they are doing at the ground zero to lessen or in a way to improve the air quality in the Delhi NCR. It is to be seen what happens next.
Stay on with us. We have some more inputs. The Delhi High Court made a strong observation. It stated that every person breathes at least 21,000 times a day, and questioned the damage being caused to the lungs due to the polluted air. The court noted that breathing is involuntary and stressed on the urgency of the issue, directing the government to return with instructions by 2:30 p.m. So, Sambhav, like you mentioned, that there is a deadline to it by 2:30, and another 15 minutes or so they have to respond to all these observations. The High Court, like you mentioned, they have stated that 21,000 times you are breathing involuntary. You cannot stop yourself from breathing in this toxic air.
Well, absolutely. Here, the Delhi High Court seems to be very clear as to what they are asking from center. And here, the Delhi High Court has questioned center, and probably the bench has also researched a bit when they are saying that 21,000 times in a day, and what we are breathing, the toxic air, the smog in the Delhi NCR, and hence the air purifier matters. And it is not a luxury good, but I mean, something which is medically needed probably. And that is why the Delhi High Court, this particular petition in the Delhi High Court, and the High Court has got a reply from center. It's a few minutes from now, the High Court bench will reassemble, and the High Court again will ask the center as to what exactly they are going to do on this particular petition of cutting down the GST from 18% to 5% on the air purifiers, 1, and 2, as to what they are doing on ground zero to lessen the burden of the air pollution. Now, remember, the Commission for Air Quality Management plays a pivotal role as it is a nodal authority. Now, what CAQM will have to say, because continuously in the hearings on the pollution hearings in the Supreme Court, the Commission for Air Quality Management come up with their opinions, what they think, their researches on not just stubble burning, but vehicular emissions and other contents which creates this pollution in Delhi NCR, which adds to the pollution in Delhi NCR. Now here it is to be seen what Commission for Air Quality Management says, and also because Supreme Court is also hearing this particular case, so it is to be seen whether any parallel proceedings will take place in the Delhi High Court and in the Supreme Court, or the Supreme Court will hear, or the Delhi High Court only will hear the matter. Everything will be clear in few minutes from now. But what the point raised by the Delhi High Court is very important. As to why these air purifiers must not be treated as medically, something which is medically needed rather than just luxury goods.
Right. Stay on with us, Sambhav. In fact, in today's hearing on the public interest litigation demanding a reduction in GST on air purifiers, the bench has directed the central government's lawyer to urgently seek instructions from the authorities The court has scheduled the matter for further hearing at 2:30 p.m. today, expecting a clear response on the plea. The petition strongly argues that air purifiers should no longer be classified as luxury items, but as essential devices needed to combat the extreme levels of air pollution plaguing the national capital. With Delhi continuing to grapple with hazardous air quality, the PIL emphasizes that access to affordable air purifiers is critical for the protecting the health and rights of citizens. So this was in fact what was happening at the Delhi High Court.